We are live here for Digital Trends. It is CES 2018, day 3, and we are talking all things tech. And the amazing thing that we're going to talk about right now is home audio. Hi, I'm Maud Garrett, and I dragged along the best person to talk home audio with me. It's the Associate Editor of Home Theatre and Entertainment. Hi, Ryan Juanita.
Hello, how are you?
So great. Thanks for coming back to the show.
You are too perky for this day in the show.
It's cold coffee, and I drank a lot of it.
You gotta put that down.
Thank you. Now, home audio is something that we're talking about right now.
Yes.
Have you dabbled much in home audio as an associate editor of Home Theatre and Entertainment?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I've checked it out.
Okay, good to know. Well, that's what CES is all about.
That's basically what we do.
So let's have a chat with Sound United. I've got the Global Brand Director, Michael Greco here. Hey, Michael.
How you doing?
So good. Home audio, it is the future, yes?
Yes, it is.
And it's the now. What have you put out now at CES 2018?
Well, we just announced this week what we think is the first soundbar to actually have Alexa built in. So that means that it actually has microphones built into the soundbar, and that opens up a whole new world for the consumer in their home theater environment. So we're very excited about that, and we believe we're the first ones to do that.
In what ways can you get Alexa to help out with the home audio and sound?
So with Alexa built into the soundbar, you have, well, first of all, it's a soundbar, so it's designed to sound great, and so it does all the things you would expect from a soundbar. Surround sound decoding, full HDMI support, but more importantly, we've added the Alexa voice services inside so you can control all of your smart devices. So you're sitting on the couch, somebody rings the doorbell, you want to see who's at the door, you have a Ring doorbell, you could say, Alexa, show me the front door on Fire TV, and it will show it to you. I want to change my lights. I want to set the temperature to whatever I want. So all the smart home functions that you would expect from an Echo or a Dot, you now have in the soundbar. In addition to that, you can obviously control the soundbar as well. So raise the volume, increase the bass, lower the bass, change the inputs. All those types of functions you can do as well. So it's a leap forward in terms of just making it so much easier to control. You don't have to fumble for the remote. Which remote do I pick up, right? All those types of things you can do now with your voice.
You're literally putting the speak in speaker.
Yeah.
Well, I think the cool thing about this is that Polk makes really affordable but still high performance gear.
Right.
And the cool thing about this is if you don't already have like an Amazon device that you can speak to,
Right.
you can just sort of wrap it all up and you're looking for some kind of sound solution.
Right.
You guys are pricing this thing, it's $300, right?
Right, $299.
Which is like what you'll pay for just about any soundbar worth its salt.
Right.
And Polk makes really good stuff around that. You know, the Polk Magnify Mini was around that price.
Yes.
But now you have dropped in, like basically put an Echo Dot, just sort of packaged it with it. And that's the cool thing. It's like, it's kind of like a one-stop solution to get the sound and the Alexa, which I like.
Yeah, and it's actually more than just packaging, because right now you could take an Echo Dot and you could connect it via Bluetooth to any soundbar.
Right.
But what you don't get then is all the controls.
Of the soundbar itself.
Correct. And you also don't get, so we've done a lot of work to make sure that when you issue a command, the soundbar hears you, because remember, soundbars are designed to play loud, right? And in addition to that, also, if you disconnected a Dot to, say, a standard Bluetooth soundbar, you can't adjust the bass. You can't set the inputs. You can't do any dialogue enhancement. You can't do any of the things that you want to do with a soundbar, because remember, you bought the soundbar because you don't like the way your TV sounds. You want a better experience. I can't hear the dialogue. I want a better surround sound experience, whatever your preference is. So that's the reason you bought it. But then again, we want to make it easy to control. So you don't have to fumble for the remote, and I can issue all those commands. So you can do some of this stuff if you just took a regular Dot and a Bluetooth soundbar, but this takes it to a whole new level of integration.
So ideally, no one has the Dot yet, and this is the best way to have a two-for-one experience.
Right. Or we think this is what's probably more likely, is that somebody already has an Echo or a Dot, and they love it, right? And then they see this, and they're like, wow, that would be great in my family room, my bedroom. I'm going to take the Echo and Dot that I have in that room, and I'm going to move it to another room. So we believe that this will be probably not necessarily their first device, but a second device, because they're already into the Alexa ecosystem, and now what they want to do is they want to get that better TV sound, and like, wow, I could take that Dot I've got in the family room, and I'll move it to the bedroom, and this is going to be awesome. And I think that's where they're going to end up going with it.
Dots everywhere, basically.
Yeah.
Dots to rule the world.
Dots all over.
Yeah.
And you know, this is sort of almost the theme of the show, at least for our section. It's just Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think this is one of the most intelligent ways of implementing that. And the other thing is you have the button on the bar itself.
Right.
So you can skip the Alexa thing if you need to, and you have the button on the remote itself.
Right, so that's a really good point. So a sound bar is designed to be really loud, right? So you don't want to be shouting at the sound bar. So if you notice, every Alexa and Dot product, they have what's called an action button, right? So you can walk up and you can hit the action button and it immediately lowers the volume of that speaker so you can speak your command. So we implemented that on the bar, but that doesn't help you when you're sitting 6, 8 feet away on a couch. So on the remote, you also have that same button. So you're on the couch. Again, you want to switch to some other source, so you can hit that button because it's playing loud, and I could say, play Iron Man on Fire TV, and it will start doing that. So rather, I don't have to get up, I don't have to shout, I don't have to do anything. And so again, you're always in control, so you can issue the commands that you want. And so I think one of the things we looked at a lot was the whole user experience, because it's one thing just to drop a dot into a soundbar, but then you start asking your questions like, okay, are they going to be heard? How well are they going to be heard? Are they going to get frustrated with it and give up on it? What are all the things that actually make that experience a better experience than what they have now? And so we did a lot of learnings over the last year and a half. We've been developing this product, almost 2 years now, and we put that into the product because, again, it should be a better experience than what you have today. If it's not, why are you going to buy it?
Yeah, and the other thing I have to say is I was impressed just by the fact that you guys had it working pretty much the whole time. I went by the booth, it's loud as hell in there, and you guys actually had the commands working.
Except for during the blackout.
Well, yes.
The blackout was the exception.
Thing.
Yeah. So the blackout was the exception, right? But other than that, it is not battery powered. So yeah, that's a problem.
So nice. Michael, we are actually live on YouTube, and we've got questions coming in from consumers, and this is a question that's been popping up a lot, especially when it comes to Alexa. Because the soundbar is attached to the television, Blake wants to know, if someone happened to say Alexa in a movie that you're watching, would it trigger the soundbar?
Amazon has actually figured that out because, and so generally speaking, no. There is obviously exceptions, but they've worked actually really hard to make sure that that doesn't happen, and so because they do that on their own products as well. And so generally it will not happen, but there are always exceptions to the rules.
Aaron's expanding on that. How are we going to deal with dozens of smart devices, since that's the goal, to have multiple around the house, all listening for the same command in the house and maybe responding all at once?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So again, the smart people at Amazon have also thought of this. And so when you actually have 2 Dots or Echo's first-party products in the room itself right now, when you actually say the command, you'll notice only one responds.
Oh.
They actually call that device arbitration, which means that it's intelligent enough to know who is actually closest to the device. And so we're implementing that inside our soundbar as well. That is an optional feature for non-Amazon branded products. We have chosen to implement that. There are other solutions out there that have not, and so what they might be seeing is it's really up to that manufacturer. But we believe that that's really, really important for the exact reason that that person just said so.
Yeah, we do take pride in the fact that we are getting questions live through YouTube and able to answer them on the spot.
Yes.
Michael, thank you so much for joining us here at Digital Trends at CES. Really great to talk about your product and where audio is going, because it is all about current and future technology. And we've got a whole lot more of that coming up, so don't go anywhere.
All right.